Welcome to Shri Chakradhar Education. In this complete guide, you will learn exactly what an IGNOU guest paper is, how it is made, how to use it the smart way, and how to get a reliable one for your term-end examination. Let us begin with a clear, direct answer. An IGNOU guest paper is a subject-wise revision resource that collects the most important and high-probability questions for a course's term-end examination, often with model answers. Prepared by analyzing previous year question papers, repeated questions, and high-weightage units. In one line, it points you to the right topic, so your final revision is focused, not random. So what exactly does that mean in practice? Think of your full syllabus as a large forest. A guest paper is not the forest, and it is not a map of every tree. It is a short list of the paths students walk most often, based on years of past papers. It tells you where to spend your limited revision time first. A guest paper is organized by your course code, for example MCO01, BEGLA135, or MMPC001. Each paper matches one specific subject, its syllabus, and its exam pattern. Here are the 4 things that define a good IGNOU guest paper. 1. It is subject-wise and course code specific. 2. It lists important and expected questions. 3. It is built from previous year question papers and recurring themes. And 4. It is a revision tool, not a substitute for study. You will also hear the phrase, solved guest paper. A plain guest paper gives you only the probable questions. A solved guest paper adds model answers, written in the proper IGNOU format, with an introduction, clear headings and points, examples, and a conclusion, all inside the word limit. This matters because in IGNOU exams, your marks depend not only on what you know, but also on how well you present it. Now, the single most important truth about guest papers, and the one most websites will not tell you honestly. IGNOU does not release any official guest paper. There is no university-issued guest paper anywhere. Every guest paper you see is prepared by educators, tutors, or former students, and it is academic support content, not an official examination paper. This leads to a rule you must never forget. No guest paper can predict the exact question paper, and no honest source can promise you a fixed score. If a seller claims a guaranteed paper, guaranteed marks, or 100% match, treat that as a warning sign and walk away. A guest paper raises your probability of revising the right things. It does not guarantee the exam. It also helps to separate a guest paper from a leaked paper because students confuse the two. A leaked paper is the real question paper obtained illegally before the exam, and it is a serious offense. A guest paper is the opposite. It is a legal, honest prediction based on public past papers and the syllabus. You still write your own answers in the exam, so using one is simply smart revision, not cheating. So why do so many IGNOU students rely on them? There are 4 clear reasons. First, focused revision, because you concentrate on the topics that matter most. Second, time saving, which is vital for working professionals juggling jobs and family. Third, confidence, because walking in knowing the likely questions lowers exam day anxiety. And fourth, exam pattern insight, because you learn how questions are framed and how marks are split. Now let us look at how a good guest paper is actually made, because this is what separates a useful paper from a useless one. A quality guest paper is never a random list of questions. It follows a clear process. First, the current official syllabus for the course is studied unit by unit. Second, the previous year question papers, ideally the last 5 years, are analyzed. Third, questions and themes that repeat across sessions are marked. Fourth, the units with the highest weightage are identified. Fifth, a focused list of probable questions is drawn up. And sixth, for a solved paper, model answers are written in the correct IGNOU format. This is why course code accuracy is everything. A paper built for one code will not help you if your registration carries a different code. Two subjects can look almost identical by title, yet cover completely different units. Always match the guest paper to your exact course code, not just the subject name. Next, let us clear up a confusion that costs students marks every session: the difference between a guest paper, a previous year question paper, a help book, and a sample paper. Start with the guest paper and the previous year question paper, often called a PYQ. A previous year question paper is the real, official paper that IGNOU actually set in a past exam. It looks backward at what was asked. A guest paper looks forward at what is likely to be asked next, and it is built by studying those very past papers. So the PYQ is your evidence, and the guest paper is the prediction drawn from it. Use both together. Now the help book and the sample paper. A help book or guide covers the whole syllabus in solved form, chapter by chapter. It is broad. A guest paper is narrow and sharp, focusing only on the most probable questions for quick revision. A sample paper, meanwhile, is a full practice paper that mimics the exam structure and timing, so you can rehearse under real conditions. Here is the simple way to hold all four in your mind. The previous year paper shows you the past. The guest paper predicts the future. The help book teaches the whole subject. And the sample paper lets you rehearse. Strong students use them as a team, not one alone. Now to the part that decides your result: how to actually use a guest paper the smart way. The golden rule comes first, and it is non-negotiable. A guest paper is a supplement, never a replacement. If you study only the guest paper and skip your official material, you will have gaps the examiner can easily expose, because questions can come from any part of the syllabus. Build your foundation first, then sharpen it with the guest paper. Follow this method in order. First, read the key units and definitions from your official study material, the SLM. Second, revise the important questions listed in the guest paper. Third, practice writing those answers in your own words, not by memorizing word for word. Fourth, time yourself, as if you were in the real 3-hour exam. Fifth, check your answers and mark your weak areas. And sixth, repeat the cycle, because 3 or 4 revisions fix the material far better than one. Timing matters just as much as method. The best window to bring in a guest paper is the final 15 to 30 days before your exam. Use too early, it distorts your revision and you forget it by exam day. Use too late, you cannot absorb it. So finish your assignments and your first syllabus reading first, then let the guest paper drive your last stretch. A quick word on answer presentation, because this is where prepared students pull ahead. IGNOU exams reward well-structured descriptive answers. Open with a short introduction, break the body into clear headings and points, add an example or a diagram where it fits, and close with a brief conclusion, all within the word limit for that mark value. A solved guest paper is useful here precisely because it shows you this structure, question by question. Many students also ask how the marks are spread. While this varies by course, a widely observed pattern is that a large share of a paper rewards the common, repeated topics. A smaller share covers moderate ones, and only a little comes from tough or unusual areas. This is not an official rule, so do not treat it as a promise, but it explains why focusing your final revision on high-frequency topics is a sensible strategy. Let us also settle the medium question. IGNOU allows most students to write in English or Hindi, and guest papers are available in both for many popular programs. Choose the medium you will actually write your exam in, not the one that simply looks easier. Practicing in your real exam language builds the vocabulary and speed you need on the day. Now let us make this concrete for the December term-end examination 2026. First, the basics. IGNOU holds its term-end examination twice a year, in June and in December. The December session usually begins in the first week of December and runs into early January, and the December date sheet is normally released around October or November. Always confirm your own dates on the official website because schedules can change. Here is a clean preparation plan for the December 2026 exams. Step 1. Check the December date sheet the moment it is released. Step 2. Verify each course code against your registration. Step 3. Submit all your assignments before the deadline, since that is required to sit the exam. Step 4. Read and revise the key units and definitions from your study material. Step 5. Solve at least 2 previous year papers for every subject. Step 6. Bring in your guest paper for the final 15 to 30 days. And Step 7. Practice writing answers for the different mark values under time. One eligibility reminder, because students lose a whole session over it. To appear in the term-end examination, your registration must be valid, your examination fee paid, your assignment submitted, and your minimum course duration complete. A guest paper cannot help you if you are not eligible to sit the exam in the first place, so handle the paperwork early, then focus on revision. The good news about December is time. Compared with a rushed June cycle, the December window often gives you a longer runway. Begin your syllabus about 8 to 10 weeks out, and reserve the guest paper for the last 15 to 20 days of sharp, repeated revision. Now, the honest judgment question students really want answered. Is an IGNOU guest paper reliable? And is it worth it? Used correctly, yes. It is a genuine revision booster that saves time and sharpens focus, especially for working professionals and last-minute revisers, but it is worth it only as part of a full plan, alongside your study material, assignments, and past papers. On its own, it is not enough. Do the same questions actually come in the exam? Sometimes similar questions and themes do repeat, because IGNOU draws heavily on the important high-weightage parts of the syllabus. That is exactly why guest papers work, but never assume an exact repeat. The examiner can ask from anywhere, so treat every predicted question as likely, not certain. Can you pass using only a guest paper? Honestly, no. A guest paper is a revision tool, not a complete preparation plan. Students who rely on it alone tend to freeze when a question falls outside their shortlist. Combine it with real study, and it becomes powerful. Is using a guest paper cheating? No, it is a private study aid, like a revision note or a coaching handout. You still write your own answers, in your own words, in the exam hall. What is not allowed is copying or relying on illegally leaked papers, which is completely different from a legitimate guest paper. Now a short set of common mistakes to avoid, so you do not waste your money or your time. Buying a paper for the wrong course code, starting to use it too late to absorb anything, memorizing answers blindly instead of understanding them, skipping your official study material, ignoring the previous year papers, never practicing under timed conditions, trusting anyone who promises guaranteed marks, and choosing the wrong medium for your exam. Avoid these, and a guest paper genuinely lifts your preparation. Let us bring the key questions together in a quick round. What is an IGNOU guest paper? A course-wise set of important, likely questions, often solved for focused term-end revision. Does IGNOU provide an official guest paper? No. It is unofficial academic support, prepared from public past papers and the syllabus. Are they reliable? Reliable for focus and revision, but never a guarantee of the exact paper. Guest paper or previous year paper, use both. The past paper is evidence, the guest paper is the prediction. Are solved answers included? In a solved guest paper, yes, written in IGNOU format. Available in Hindi? Yes, for many popular programs in both English and Hindi. When should you start? in the final 15 to 30 days after your first syllabus reading. And can you use it for the December 2026 exams? Yes, and the December window gives you more time to plan. How much does it cost, and where do you get a reliable one? That brings us to the final section. If you would like a ready, reliable guest paper for your subject, here is the simple way to get one. Visit ignouproject.com or message the team on WhatsApp and share 3 things: your program, your exact course codes, and your exam session. For example, BAG with BEGLA135 or MCOM with MCO01. The team will confirm availability, the medium, and the current price, and send the solved PDF. As a general guide, solved guest papers are usually offered at around 49 rupees per subject in English and Hindi, but always confirm the current price and availability for your course before you order. While you prepare, it helps to use our other guides as a set. Watch our solved assignment guide to finish your assignments correctly, our handwritten assignment guide for the writing rules, and our exam result guide to read your grade card once the results are out. The links are in the description. Let us quickly recap the essentials. An IGNOU guest paper is a course-wise revision tool of important, likely questions built from previous year papers. It is not official and no one can guarantee the exact paper or your marks. Use it in the final 15 to 30 days alongside your study material, assignments and past papers. Match your exact course code, choose your real exam medium, and practice writing answers under time. This guidance comes from Shri Chakradhar Education, founded by B.K. Sahni, who has been guiding IGNOU students since 2010 and has supported over 5 lakh learners. Our goal is simple: accurate, official information first guidance you can trust. Always verify the latest dates and rules on the official IGNOU website and the Samarth portal, because sessions and dates change. If this guide helped you, please subscribe to Shri Chakradhar Education for clear step-by-step IGNOU guidance and check the linked videos in the description. Thank you for watching and all the best with your term end examination.